Good morning. Ian Maddox, Hitchcock Maddox Financial Partners. We have arrived at our weekly HMFP video Q&A. Thank you for joining us. We've had lots of great questions that continue to come in, and I'm glad for the one that we have from today. This one comes from actually a neighbor, a friend of mine, Mike C., right here in Trussville. He posted on our Facebook page, thank you, Mike, and watch your mailbox for a Starbucks gift card. He asks, how do you properly determine the amount of monthly income necessary in retirement? Online calculators determine this as a percentage of current income, which seems flawed to me. Mike, excellent question. It is one that we probably deal with on a weekly basis. So many people are generally focused on the idea of, hey, I'm working, I've got to bridge this gap at some point where I'm not working and I need to have assets accumulated so that I can continue to live. So this is an excellent thing that needs to be addressed. It's really similar to another question we had not long ago about life insurance. This is kind of a primary focus or a primary foundation of financial planning, is making sure that you've set enough aside for the future. So let me address your specific question in as a succinct way as I can. When you say flawed, I think there's an error, right? So I would say to you that I doubt there's an error in the online calculators you're discussing or referring to. It may be one that's tied to a retirement plan at work or something that you found on the internet. Most of those are well vetted, and so the math is correct. Where the flaw can come in, or the disconnect, let's use that word, I think that's a better one for me at least, is to say that math is black and white, whereas people's financial lives have a tendency to be gray, right? We have a lot of variable in there. And so sometimes you can just plug some numbers in and say, this just doesn't feel right. Is the math wrong? Probably not. But your gut sense is that I'm not sure that this is really connected to me. So here's how we connect it to you. How we connect it to you is for you to look at a couple of things. What are my lifestyle expectations? How do I live my life? What do I do for fun? What are my bills? First of all, what are my bills, right? That's the first thing. What are my obligations? What do I have to do? I have to keep internet on. I have to pay for food. I have to do all those things. What are my lifestyle expectations? Can I drive a Honda Civic, or do I want to drive a BMW, right? Do I go on vacation to Gatlinburg, or do I go to Italy? So all of these things, you see where I'm going with this, is that this adds up. And so when you start to look at your own personal life, that helps you to back into the number of what you need to have accumulated in order to maintain that lifestyle. There's one more thing I'll say to you, is that inflation is important. Today's dollars, if we use history as our backdrop, will not buy as many things in the future as they do today. So whatever a dollar buys today, we're going to assume as a financial planning premise will not buy the same item 10 or 15 or 20 years from now. History has shown that to be true, and so we're going to assume and project it into the future. So if you can look at your personal life expectations, inflation, how much money you have accumulated, it's actually pretty simple then to apply the math and back the number in to make sure that you've saved enough. I hope that answers your question, Mike. Thank you so much for your time. Look forward to more questions. Send them our way. The links are all connected to this video. Talk to you soon. Ian Maddox.